Hello everyone, T Fox here. So today I wanted to rate from what I presume which is the best cinematic from World of Warcraft or even Warcraft 2, not Warcraft 3 but World of Warcraft completely, and just seeing which one of the expansion, the cinematic personally that I love the most. So I'm going to rate them. So that's basically what I'm going to do. So here we're gonna rate them from the best to so good to middle to okay and the lamest one. I will, since I don't have the photo here for Shadowland, so I'm gonna put Shadowland later on, but just to see which one, how you guys feel about it. So let's get to it.
4 years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
Okay, so that was the first cinematic from World of Warcraft. I remember the first time I saw that, it was I was super excited because I remember I just finished, Warcraft 3, and then, the expansion for Warcraft 3, and then, to see what happened with Arthas, for him to get into the Frozen Throne, and I was super excited. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're making like an online game." And things back then was a little bit different. Internet wasn't as fast. It was classic WoW, and well, for us, it wasn't classic. It was just WoW. So, um, hmm, the cinematic, I'm gonna judge them as I see it right now and not how I felt before. This one, we're gonna put it right here. That's how I felt about that one when I saw it, especially um, when you see the human fighting the demon, and he's throwing fireball, and then you have the torrent, fighting with the others, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at A. We're gonna give it an A because I feel this will be its right spot. It's not the best personally, but we're gonna leave it at that. All right, let's keep going. Burning Crusade.
Imprisoned for 10,000 years. Banished from my own homeland. And now you dare enter my realm. You are not prepared. Prepared!
Burning Crusade. All right. Burning Crusade was awesome. I liked, the fact that he introduced a lot of different races into World of Warcraft. And, you had the Eredar and then, the Blood Elf. I like this cinematic here. I like how at the end you see the undead. He's just walking and the enemies are coming behind him. He just goes boom. That I think was cool. The trolls, we see him riding his mount in the night. The way that he put it is very nice as well. You see at the beginning of the video an orc using a sword, because they usually always put them with axes. So he was using a sword, and that was really interesting. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, who are those? Like, I was talking about the Eredar. I was like, who are those things? And they look really, really, really cool. I don't know. Burning Crusade. Burning Crusade. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna put it right here. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Yeah. Okay.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas. child. I watched with pride as you grew into a weapon of righteousness. Remember, our line has always ruled with wisdom and strength. And I know you will show restraint when exercising your great power.
Flying over all the troops, and then you see them cry out. I scream like,
Truest victory, my
love
son,
it.
is stirring the hearts of your people. I tell you this, for when my days have come to an end, you shall be king.
Oh, I love that expansion. All right. So I'm putting Wrath of the Lich King right here. Why? Because, okay, this was the first time directly after, after we played World of Warcraft 3, not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3, sorry. And then, what happened with Artus, I always wondered what happened with him. And, we were waiting to see Artus back again. And of course now, to distinguish Artus with the Lich King and blah, blah, blah. But seeing again Artus there and to take out Frostmourne and the way that he raised his troops with the dragon, for me, when I saw that the first time, Rifle of the Lich King, especially the menu when you enter World of Warcraft, it was insane. Like every single time, I think I would just let the menu open and I would just watch a dragon pass by and then land and then screech and then fly again. And yeah, so definitely Wrath of the Lich King, we're putting it right here. Oh wait, I think I got this in trouble last time. That one is this one. But yeah, definitely Wrath of the Lich King is one of my favorite expansion, because you get to go to Icecrown Citadel, you get to go to Icecrown, you get to look around, you get to see exactly what happened a little bit more in detail, even though if you played Warcraft 3, with the soldiers what that artist came with. So definitely this makes me feel like, yeah, this is the right place for it. Cataclysm.
Agony. My hatred burns through the cavernous deeps. quake beneath my rage. But at last, the whole of Azeroth will break. And all will burn beneath the shadow of my wings.
Okay. Cataclysm was not one of my favorite expansions. Actually, for me, Cataclysm was just decent. It was just like, okay, that's an expansion, and okay, they're bringing this. They brought drastic change to the land, so we were all used to certain terrain and the way that it was, and then they drastically changed everything just like that. And I don't know. I am not a big fan of Cataclysm. The trailer itself is not bad. It's just, it focuses on Deathwing, and that's it. Then you see all the other places, blah blah, then it ends up in Stormwind, and yeah. So I'm gonna give Cataclysm a C because it's not total trash, but it's not like, oh my god, wow.
To ask why we fight is to ask why the leaves fall. It is in their nature. Perhaps there is a better question.
Why do we fight? To protect home and family. To preserve balance and bring harmony. For my kind, the true question is, what is worth fighting for?
Okay. Miss of Pandaria, I feel like what happened with the WoW team at that point, they were like, we need a new idea, we need a new expansion. And then someone was drunk and said, well, what do we think if we bring in talking pandas? And the executives were also drunk and they were like, yes, oh, yes. Oh my god, this makes a lot of sense. So we've met the Pandarians in Warcraft 3. They were stupid then and they were stupid now. That's personally how I feel about it. Like, every single time we go into Pandaria, the whole expansion, I know they needed to use it for Garrosh and all that stuff, but no, I'm sorry. Miss of Pandaria for me is a D, is the lowest one. Like even Cataclysm, which I it was just an okay expansion. Miss of Pandaria just doesn't do it at all. They tried to take an Asian setting and to try to mold it into something that's like funny and all that little fighting scene at the beginning. No, because that is not Warcraft. That's just my personal opinion. That's just, no, it did not work for me. Warlords or Dreamer?
Drink, Hellstream. Claim your destiny. You will all be conquerors. And what, Gul'dan, must we give in return? Everything. Reject this gift. And did you bring these mongrels here just to watch you die?
Okay. So I know that War of the Draenor, some people, the minute you say WAD, they're like, oh, it sucked, blah, 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 blah. Let's just put all of that aside. So I think that Warlord of Draenor is an incomplete expansion. Personally, I loved Warlord of Draenor. I love the music. I love how they looked on Draenor before it became Outland. I like what they did with it, but I think that they had big plans for Warlord of Draenor, but they didn't have enough time to put everything that needs to put to be. For example, on the map, they used to be like somewhere else, like there was another island, and then they scrapped it because I guess they didn't have enough time. I think that the script itself could have been a little bit more rich. For example, Grom Elscream is the antagonist from the beginning. You know, you see him, and then they go directly, and then they try to kill you with the Iron Horde. And then mid expansion, oh, okay, now he's on your team, and you know, and then at the end you fight Archimon, and then you win, and then yeah, that's it. He's behind, and he's like, yeah, and you know, everyone's looking like, did you all forget what he did? What about the Vanguard that when we crossed the portal that died and all of that? So yeah, Garrosh died, but still, like they just the plots, there's plots holes everywhere. This cinematic personally was magnificent, so I'm going to put it right here. Reason why. This reminds me in Warcraft 3 when Thrall and, you know, Hellscream came into the valley to fight Manoroth by themselves because they needed to free the orcs from his demonic blood. And, you know, like Thrall takes Doomhammer and then he throws it and Manoroth blocks it and just hits the ground and Thrall gets knocked out. Then you see Hellscream is like, Manoroth's talking to him and he says, I know you can still feel the demon blood and you're inside of you, and then he just can't. He resisted it, and he just screamed, runs, and he trashes him right in the middle, and then Manoroth explodes like you saw in the cinematic, and then Grum just resists the fire, and then the other wave of fire. This is what kills him. Then he falls down. Then he says, "I have freed myself," and you have Thrall that says, "No, old friend, you freed us all." That was the most. That was the most part feeling wise that really attached me to the orcs and Grom and Thrall. So to see it again in War of the Draenor exactly the same way. Did you see, like, for example, the machine that was spinning and that threw the ball at Manoroth? That thing is heavy, and Grom, he's like a tank, and he had to like pull with all of his strength to pull it out, and then into the fire jumps in, right in the head. And that for me right there, it showed the orcs before the Eredar brought their problem to their planet. Like the orcs were fine before. They were doing their thing, they were fine. Then the Eredar fell into their planet and then got mixed up into their problem. So I don't care how other people are going to try to look into this and all of that. I personally think that the orcs are victims. They are victims of a problem, a conflict that wasn't theirs, and another race got them into it, and then they suffered for it. And then afterwards, they're like, "Oh, orcs are bad." Yeah, they were fine in their corner. You guys came, crash landed into their planet, and then brought your enemy to their planet. So, but besides that, I think War of the Draenor was perfect in terms of how it could have been. But again, there's plot holes missing. I love the fact that we got to see Durotan. Missed opportunity where you had Thrall that was right there, that could have spoken to them, that could have said something, and blah blah. Yeah, I know it's alternative, Draenor, but still, missed of opportunity right there. I kind of feel like it's the same thing that's going to happen when you have in Shadowlands. You see Baroness Draka. I I haven't gone to the point more into that, but I hope that we can actually see Thrall talks to his mother, but his actual mother, not the one from Alternate Draenor, because that's more like the Overlord Gaia. What's her name? That's her mother. So even though they're like technically the same person, or brother and sister. So yeah, Warlord of Draenor goes here. That's my take on that.
My son, a terrible darkness has returned to our world. As before, it seeks to annihilate everything that we hold dear. I go to face it, knowing I may not return.
They're coming! They're coming back!
All my life I have lived by the sword. I've seen kingdoms burn, and watched brave heroes die in vain. It's been difficult for me to trust after losing so much. But from you, I have learned patience, tolerance, and faith. Open fire!
I like this part. Everything falls apart and Varian is just looking at his ship and he's like, brace yourself.
Anduin, I now believe, as you do, that peace is the noblest aspiration. But to preserve it, you must be willing to fight. For Azeroth!
Legion. Okay. Legion. I'm going to put Legion right here. Legion, that cinematic right there. I personally enjoyed Legion. There was a lot of content. The class overhaul, was an interesting take. I didn't really like the fact that near the end, because I almost have every single, class order mount for every single class. I almost have I think I'm missing one or something like that. And I know that near the end, always you need to do those world missions that takes like either one day or something like that, and you just leave it there, and then and it gets accepted and blah blah blah. I think that's a waste. That right there I didn't like, because if I'm the type that you're playing the game, you're just playing it, and you go from point A to point B. Now, if you're hiding behind oh, you need to use a system and to put it there, and then to wait until one day until it's accepted and blah blah. I understand why they did it this way into a marketing point of view, with the whole application and things like that. But I personally didn't like. I didn't like as well the part where certain class were locked behind. They were locked behind repetition. Rep. I really didn't like that. Why? Because first of all, you already get World of Warcraft. Then you have to pay for every single expansion that comes out. And for example, for me, when I looked into, for example, Battle for BFA, Battle for Azeroth, my appeal for that was that you get to play as which was the Maga orcs, and you get to play as also on the human side of what's the name of that race? Kaltiris. Kaltiris, yeah, you get to play as them. So for me, my biggest appeal to that was that, oh yeah, you get to play like original orcs, and you get to play with Kaltirians because they're different from human, and they're fatter and whatever, and it was fun. And they hide all of that behind rep. Oh yeah, you have to be exalted to do this, or you have to be exalted to do that. So that's personally my issue. I don't like the fact that not everyone has a lot of time to play World of Warcraft every single day, and then to get to exalted all the time to do something. Me personally, with my kids and everything, I play World of Warcraft, to be at ease, to relax, because I like the environment, I like the world, I like the music. So if I want to create another character, and I like role playing, so if I want to create a different character from a different race, because I just want to see the aspect from that race. Now, if you tell me that, oh yeah, you need to take an extra 30, I'm just putting a number out there, 30 hours, so that you can unlock this race. Not everyone has that time. It's a lot of the time when I go in and I play World of Warcraft, I either have 45 minutes or even less, and that's it. Then after that, I'm back to the kids, back to chores, back to all of those things. So that's why, the little time that I do have, like I'm not gonna take an entire vacation so that I can unlock like a class or get to exalted or something like that. So I wish personally that Blizzard cut that out, stop doing that. And I know they did for Shadowland. Like they just said, you need to get into that very specific aspect of the game, and then you get to have the mechanized gnome and the Volpera and all that stuff. I like the fact that they realized that and they did it, but I find it a little bit too late, because we already have a bunch of classes, unless if they try to create more races, but we already have a bunch of races, and they should have done that since day one. But the cinematic for Legion was, I loved it. I like the fact, how Varian is looking, then when he gets out of the water, then he just fights against the demon, and he goes, "For Azeroth!" and he just smashes into all of them. I find that, especially on the Alliance side, the way that they keep saying that, oh, Sylvanas abandoned us, oh, the Horde abandoned us, and then because of that, Varian died. Okay, Vol'jin died too, and the reason why he died is because they were attacked from the rear. So, and it's not like the Alliance didn't figure that out later on. They figured it out. Still, Anduin let Gan do a surprise attack on Sylvanas, on the Horde. So, everyone keeps talking all the time about how the Horde is this, and that. I play both Horde and Alliance. So, but they never get to see like the stuff that Alliance make all the time, and it leads to like drastic situation, like the Purge of Dalaran. And so, yeah, Horde's done fucked up stuff too, but you know.
Ours is a cycle of hatred. Alliances forged and broken. We have paid the price for sharing this world.
BFA.
And we have forgotten what makes us strong.
Close rank! Advance has won! Lordaeron will be ours! My king, we have her cornered.
Keep firing!
Sour Fang. I get chills every single time I watch this trailer. Just that battle cry, like ah. Banshee mode. Right there. Detailed in the back, see the flag waving. Everyone stopping, just looking.
Stand as one
For the Alliance!
for the Alliance!
Okay, so the trailer for BFA. I'm gonna put Shadowline here as well, but they don't have it on this. So, but trailer for BFA, I'm gonna put it on at the top one as well. I think the trailer itself is really nice. Personally, just the detailed and just the way that, you know, like I said, it gives me goosebumps every single time when Sylvana's going into Banshee mode. Just before she does that, she gets mad and you see like the glowing red, and then when she screams for the Horde, and you have Sarafang that just screams, and takes the flag. You know, when he takes a flag and run, it kind of reminds you of the scene in the Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot, when he takes the flag and he runs off and he's like, "Don't fall back," and he waves it around. I got that feeling right there. And then, you know, you see the horse soldiers just punching through, breaking everyone apart. And then on the Alliance side, you know, everyone's trying to force as well. And then at the end, when Anduin does mass res, you know, when they rally and they force, and then you see Sylvanas give like that smirk on their face, and you know, Sarafang just like goes like with the other orcs at the same. You know, you see the battle, you see the way that they're used to fight, and they just run, they go in, and at the end you see the orc versus human kind of close up. You know, human put himself glad in armor, and the orc doesn't have anything, he just have his strength and his axe, which is the reason I think why I like the orcs, because they don't need that much, you know, to fight. But then again, that's just for the cinematic. But still, I think that this cinematic for BFA is tops. I remember when they came out the first time at BlizzCon and I watched it. I was at work and it was crazy. Like I had to move away for a while because when I saw that I was like, no way. It was too much, and I love to see the reaction of the crowd when they hear it on the both Alliance and Horde side. You know, that's what World of Warcraft is. You know, we have our corners, but we're all playing the game and the community. So, it was just, I loved it. So we're gonna put it right here. Okay, so now we're gonna put the one for Shadowland.
Ice Crown. A monument to our suffering. The veil between life and death. Where a usurper sits on a frozen throne. But no king rules forever.
Bolvar.
to wear this crown. To wield so much power.
That power will be your prison.
This world is a prison.
At that point, I was sure she was gonna put it on.
Set us all free.
So, Shadowland, I don't have the picture here, but I'm gonna put it right here at A, not S, A. Reason why, the cinematic was nice, but it wasn't like, oh wow, yeah, ugh, I love it. No, it was fine. In my I have another video on my channel. You can see where I talk about, you know, that very specific instant, and you know, because some people are angry about the fact how Bolvar got beat up very easily. The Lich King got beat up very easily. So if you look at some of the Asmongold's video where he complains about that all the time, and what they missed about that, or actually they didn't miss it, they just don't care, is the fact that she's fueled by the jailer's power. So she's using his power. Is the Lich King stronger than the jailer? No. Hence the reason why she beat Bolvar pretty easily. So for me, I understand that very, very well. So it's not like, oh my god, no. I think their attachment to the Lich King is more than anything else. But yeah, Bolvar the Lich King got beat by the jailer because he's stronger than the Lich King. So yeah, and that's completely fine. So Sylvanas won because she's using the jailer's power. But besides that, that cinematic, like I said, is an A, not an S, but an A. And yeah, I enjoyed it very well, especially the way that, you know, Bolvar, he just gets up, and then you can see this is when the Lich King comes in, because everything starts to get blue, and little details, like that's why I like to look into those things, the little details right there. And that's why I remember in the beginning, like she walks in and the enemy behind her, what happened to them? There's also I wonder how many heralds she has, because at the beginning when the Lich King, you know, comes down his throne, there's a whole army in front of him, and she has a quiver of herald. Unless they magically comes off, like I don't think she had an army's worth of arrows with her. So did she use power? I don't know. So there's that. But I was really sure the first time I saw it that, because, and I think they did that deliberately. They leave her holding the helmet right here, thinking that, you know, she's gonna put it on, but then she rips it off. That was a real surprise for me. But yeah, I'm still playing Shadowlands right now, and we'll see how that turns out. So far, I think it's fine so far. Bastion was because their whole system is about, you know, redemption and blah blah blah. Maldraxxus is I'm currently playing in that right now. So again, I hope that they do it well this time, and they have a compelling reason why certain things happen in the world. So that's pretty much it. These are my rankings. Um, if you want them, you want me actually to do different videos again, ranking certain games or rate them, different types of game, you can just ask me in the comment section. I will gladly do it. And I really enjoy doing those videos, so please support me by subscribing and liking this video. And that's the only thing that I'm asking you. So once again, thank you again for watching this channel. Take care, guys.